This woman was in prison for 50 years, okay? The nerve of him to ask her, the last known person to be seen with his son, did you kill my son? The pretenses behind her attempting to clean any part of this crime scene. She had been accused of killing her husband by way of poisoning him.
Yeah, after that I get out, I walk home.
That confession was a joke. I mean, he could have said anything. He could have said anything, and there would have been no proof. Every time we see something like this, where it's like, there's no care or like regard, why would you cover for this man and allow him to leave the scene of the crime and act like he was never there? Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly, and we are back with another video. If you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy true crime stories, news, politics, and so much more, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. I really would appreciate it. And if you are a returning listener, subscriber, well, thank you guys, as always, for being a friend. I really appreciate y'all, and please like the video if you like it. Give me a comment, whatever you can do. It really does help me out, and it's a free way to do so. And I thank everyone in advance for watching this video.
You know the thing.
So let's get right into it.
Straight to breaking news, the top of our 10 o'clock hour. Fox 13 is now learning that it is a tragic ending to the search for a missing 4-year-old boy out of Everett. Police say they believe they have found the body of Ariel Garcia, pictured here. They say he found him just before 6 o'clock tonight. And as we've been reporting throughout the day, he had not been seen since early Wednesday morning. Police initially said the boy disappeared under some suspicious circumstances after he left an apartment complex in Everett with a family member.
Fox 13 was out there this morning as detectives knocked on doors trying to find him. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling is live in front of that apartment complex in Everett. Jen, this is a very sad end to this search.
It is extremely tragic, and Everett police say he did disappear from this stretch of Vesper Drive. You can see there are a lot of apartments along here, and police were searching since early Wednesday. Unfortunately, just before 6 p.m., someone reported that they had found a body outside of Everett tonight, and sadly, it turned out to be that of the 4-year-old. Everett police officers and search and rescue had been actively looking for the young boy since around 7 a.m. Wednesday, when they said he may have disappeared under, as we said before, suspicious circumstances. They said he'd left with a family member yesterday, and they were concerned at that time that, quote, he may be in danger. Police also reported they were talking with his mother and other family members throughout the day, trying to find him. Currently, the Snohomish County Medical Examiner is working to determine a cause of death.
Molly, Amber Alerts have very stringent criteria, and initially the information in this case didn't meet those standards. But as a search for Ariel Garcia got underway, Everett police requested an Amber Alert be issued through the Washington State Patrol. Amber Alerts require the case involves a child. Police are involved, there's information that can help in the child's recovery, and the child was abducted or is in imminent danger.
The Everett Police Department had originally asked for an Amber Alert, but it didn't meet those criteria.
Instead, an EMPA was agreed to and issued shortly after midnight Thursday because at the time, there was no proof the 4-year-old had been abducted. As Everett police developed more information, they went back to State Patrol and asked for some elements of the Amber Alert system to be activated for the EMPA, such as the loud notifications on cell phones.
They thought that if they that sort of amplification up to that level might give them the opportunity to receive some more immediate tips.
Unfortunately, by the time the public got the notices, a body had already been recovered. Investigators say they will do all they can to find missing children, but they have to be judicious when Amber Alerts are authorized.
The issue is that if you do that every time, then the alerts lose their traction and gravitas with the community. We can't allow these alerts to just become noise.
All right, y'all, so let's get right into this story. This is going to be a shock to the system to hear. It's truly horrific, the details of this case, which are still coming out, and I only learned about this case because it popped up in my algorithm, my YouTube feed, and I just could not believe what I was hearing in regards to this precious little 4-year-old boy, Ariel Garcia, and his wicked, monstrous mother, who the police are alleging had something to do with his extremely tragic and just gruesome death. The body cam footage of this woman and the details of this case will shock you. So I just warning ahead of time. This is a new case that just kind of came out. Details are not really all known, but I wanted to bring you guys a story because it was just something that really hit me and just made me so furious because this little boy was so precious, so young. And the thing about the Amber Alerts really pisses me off too, and I think that's something that needs to change in this country because it makes no sense why a 4-year-old boy who they cannot locate would not be issued an Amber Alert, especially under the conditions that they were in, where, you know, the mother was acting extremely suspicious, which we'll all see in a second here. And, you know, it was pretty obvious to me right away upon seeing her body cam footage and the details that were known at the time that something was wrong. And as they described in that video, Amber Alerts are for not only children who have been abducted, but who are in imminent danger. So it makes absolutely no sense to me. But let's get into some of the details of the case, what we know now, and then we'll watch the body cam footage of this disgusting woman and her appearance in court. And I want to know what you guys think about this case because Washington State seems like has so many flaws and have for years, because I just don't understand how this could continue to keep happening. Like, I'm thinking way back to like the Susan Powell case where his children were not taken away from him, even though it was pretty obvious that he was not in a frame of mind to be caring for 2 small children. He had murdered his wife, okay, and was still allowed to take custody and keep custody of his kids, and the state did nothing about it. And the same thing here. It's like the police, you know, I think there should be a different level of urgency and when we're dealing with children who are under the age of like 10, maybe, you know, like I don't know what the threshold would be, but like when you're dealing with young children like this, why is it that the rights or, you know, whatever is going on, the parents, you know, who are possibly a danger to their children are treated better than these kids who then come up dead? It makes no sense to me. And I think that that is something that is seriously flawed, and we need to reevaluate and really look at, because this keeps happening. And it just seems like every single time everyone wants to come out and just be, you know, thoughts and prayers, and it's extremely sad and tragic, but there could be things that could be done. Like, I mean, the way that they treated her in this body cam footage, to me, was just out of control. I mean, I just don't, I do not understand. But let's get into some of these details.
I can't picture somebody doing that to their own son, or put them in a situation where this is going to happen.
More breaking news tonight. Everett police have arrested 4-year-old Ariel Garcia's mom in connection with his death. Police revealing today they found the little boy's body yesterday by the side of I-5 in Pierce County, Washington.
Thrown away like trash.
Ariel was reported
Disgusting.
missing Wednesday. And the boy's mother, Janet Garcia, has been arrested on charges of murder in the 1st and 2nd degree, as well as assault on a child in the 1st degree.
Just throw
she
her
was
away.
transferred from the Clark County Jail to the Snohomish County Jail tonight. And K2's Thunby Varma has been digging into this story for the last 48 hours. And Thunby, there's certainly a lot of moving parts to this case.
That's right, Barry. Ariel was reported missing Wednesday, and on Thursday, Washington State Patrol released an endangered missing persons advisory, which is a local alert rather than an Amber Alert. But trouble appears to have started before that.
The paper trail we unearthed began Monday when 4-year-old Ariel Garcia's grandmother, Maria Garcia, filed a petition for guardianship of Ariel. She wrote that her daughter Janet's behavior had become very violent and unpredictable, that she has a long history of alcohol and substance use that has gotten worse in the last months. Also writing, I love my grandson and I want to protect him from whatever his mom is capable of while she is on drugs. Then comes Wednesday. K2 obtained court documents showing police received information that Janet and Ariel stayed overnight with a friend in Everett, and that when her friend returned, there was blood at the home and Ariel and Janet were gone. We obtained surveillance video of what appears to be Janet Garcia on Wednesday at around 3:40 p.m. parking what police had identified as a car of interest in this case in the parking lot of a tap room in Ridgefield, walking out of the car towards Northeast 10th Street. That night, Clark County deputies found Janet at a rehabilitation center in Ridgefield, which was walking distance from where the car was parked. In court documents, a detective noted blood splatters on Janet's shoes and shirt. Daniel was at the center that night and saw Janet. He tells us Janet's mom called someone at the center looking for her.
I guess they were looking for the son that he was missing. I think that she didn't know where her daughter was. She didn't know where Janet was. And she had gave little details that they couldn't find the little boy.
Daniel gave that information to deputies.
I had initially called it in and told them that she was here because I got informed that she was here. Then I got here a little bit later.
Once Daniel got there, he did see Janet.
She was calm. She seemed normal. She seemed calm.
But he was also helping the authorities.
I was working with them. How is she? How's she acting? And things like that. They took her. I don't know if you'd call it arresting, but they were questioning her.
Janet was later booked into Clark County Jail on a charge of making a false statement to a public servant. In an affidavit, a detective says Janet claims she left her car in Seattle and took a bus to Ridgefield, but police found her car parked nearby. She also told police that her son hit his head, but could not tell them how. She then claims she took Ariel to a hospital, but the wait was too long, so she dropped him off with a friend in Seattle. Then, at 7:45 Thursday night, Everett police shared that they found Ariel's body off the side of I-5 in Pierce County.
I have a son, and it's just to think that happened to that little boy, it hurts. It hurts.
Friday, Janet Garcia arrested on charges of murder in the first and second degree and assault of a child in the first degree, booked into the Snohomish County Jail.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
It was Belfer, close to the 44th and Everett. It is an apartment complex.
What's the address of the emergency?
It was Belfer, close to the 44th and Everett. It is an apartment complex. There's a missing child with his mother. His mother is most likely on drugs and not supposed to be with her. In the apartment, there's a big blood stain, and then the mom is missing with her child, and we were afraid that she did something to him, and she disappeared.
Okay, so you said there was a mom there with a child?
She is missing with her child. She was there. She was not supposed to be with her child. She had a stay-away order because she is on drugs and she is a danger to her child. It was issued by the court yesterday. We were trying to serve her the papers, but we found nothing. And just a blood stain.
Did you call the police yesterday?
We don't know how to get police involved to go after them because we were about to serve for the papers for a guardianship, but we didn't find them.
Ma'am, when was the last time you saw the mother and child?
Me personally, I don't know. My mother-in-law saw them I think Monday last, but she knew where she was. She just disappeared today. She was staying with some people, and apparently they just said that she said, the mom, that the kid is at the hospital, but we don't know. Because she supposedly is in rehab in Vancouver all of a sudden. And she was staying here in Everett, but she was staying with some people, and that's
where are you getting this info?
The people that live at that unit, Vesper. Okay, and then my mother-in-law just got a call from her other daughter, Jeanette's sister, and she said that Jeanette told her that she gave him up for adoption. So that's why we're unsure where she might be. There's a lot of things going around that she said, and we don't know. And the blood stain makes us worried because she has a history of being unstable. There was a lot of police reports on her this past weekend. She was very aggressive and violent.
Does she have an explanation for the blood?
Jeanette said that the kid fell, but it is a very big blood stain for that to be true.
So this is from KIRO News Radio. Mother appears in court as documents state Everett Boy 4 was stabbed repeatedly. And here's her disgusting, demented demonic ass in her first court appearance, looking like just monster that she is. So let's read some of these details. Janet Garcia, who is 27, appeared in Snohomish County District Court Monday afternoon in connection to the death of an Everett Boy, her 4-year-old son. District County Judge Jennifer Millett found probable cause for the potential charges of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and first-degree assault of a child. Janet's bail was set at $5 million, which is appropriate, and I don't believe she will make that, but and I don't believe anybody will bail her out anyways, because she's a demon. The Snohomish County medical examiner said in a short statement Saturday, Ariel Garcia died of homicidal violence. Court documents revealed the boy was found in sticker bushes near a fence in the vicinity of Joint Base Lewis, McCord, and Pierce County. His body was partially wrapped in a Christmas blanket. Court documents reveal Ariel Garcia was stabbed over 40 times. They indicate that the boy had around 40 through and through sharp force wounds to his torso, chest, and back. Specifically, there were over 16 wounds to the front of his body, including his upper chest and arm. There was an undetermined amount to his upper back. The autopsy is still ongoing, in part due to the compilation from the number of sharp force injuries. According to Snohomish County court documents, a few days before, Janet Garcia had called a family member and told that person she had given her son up for adoption and checked herself into rehab in Vancouver. A different family member told police about applying for a court order against Janet Garcia because she allegedly used crystal meth and had episodes of extreme paranoia where she believes people are watching her. However, Janet Garcia was reportedly last seen last Wednesday in an apartment where she and her son were staying with her ex-boyfriend's mother. When the ex-boyfriend's mother got home, she saw a blood stain on the carpet in the apartment and then texted Janet Garcia to ask what happened. Janet Garcia texted back saying that they were fine and don't worry, the court documents say. The next day, Janet Garcia was located by law enforcement and arrested in Ridgefield. Officers found her at a group recovery home and her clothes reportedly had blood on them. Janet Garcia had told police her son had fallen, but her stories were inconsistent, to say the least. Janet Garcia was then arrested for making false statements to a public official. Police in Everett served a search warrant on the apartment where she was living, and a large quantity of blood was found, according to the court documents. So, Janet Garcia appeared via video link from the Snohomish County Jail Monday. Though she has no criminal history, prosecutors said the high bail was necessary. She is likely to commit a violent offense in the community against her own family members, to intimidate witnesses, and otherwise interfere with the administration of justice. Plus, she's just a piece of shit human being. So, I mean, no reason to justify your high bail amount here. Okay, for me, it's a little too little too late, you know, like, it just pisses me off how, like, now there's all this forceful action, right? Before, everyone was just kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't want to infringe, I don't want to, like, you know, push the boundaries, but, like, now, we're going to treat her with the force that she needs to be treated with. Okay. Everett police used Janet Garcia's cell phone data to track her location from the time she was last seen to when she showed up at the rehab facility. Data showed she traveled southbound on Interstate 5 and stopped in the vicinity of JBLM. Agents with the FBI and the South Sound Gang Task Force searched the area for the 4-year-old boy and discovered his body wrapped in a blanket taken from the apartment.
An update now to a horrific and heartbreaking case. Today in Everett, Janet Garcia faced a judge and entered a not guilty plea in the murder of her own son, 4-year-old Ariel. According to court documents, Ariel's grandmother filed for emergency guardianship because his mother's drug and alcohol use had gotten so bad she couldn't be a stable parent.
I mean, hello.
On March 26th.
You know, the audacity. And then just want to say, you really can never trust a bitch with a full mustache and a goatee, okay? I mean, how gross do you have to be as a woman to look this way and then have the nerve to kill your son, who's 4 years old, precious baby boy, and then come into court with a beard and a goatee and a mustache? I really just can't take the audacity of that.
7th, Ariel's grandmother arrived with papers to take custody, but it was too late. Court documents say the 4-year-old's body was found with 41 stab wounds and it was dumped over a fence near JBLM. Garcia's bail was originally set at $5 million today in court. Defense attorneys tried to get it reduced to $500,000. The judge agreed, saying that the bail was excessive and lowered it to $3 million.
Oh, really, ma'am? That's because $3 million's better than, okay. I mean, see, this is the type of joke. This is the type of clown shit that I just really have no tolerance for. Yeah, you're right. $5 million is a little excessive. We'll lower it to $3 million. Yeah, there you
Studio
go.
13
Threw you
Live.
a bone. Threw you a little bone there, because that makes a whole lot of difference, ma'am. Just what? I mean, what kind of message do you send? We're gonna have a little bit of empathy now for this criminal, this absolute disaster of a person who murdered a precious baby. Like, get real. Okay, get real. I just have no tolerance for this. So it's being alleged that the motive behind this was basically so that she could prevent her mother from obtaining custody of her child. That's why she killed him. That's why she chose to take her own son's life. Okay, which is just the most, I mean, evil and heartbreaking thing that I can even imagine. And she was doped up and obviously has many mental issues and had relapsed on drugs. And all of that is, you know, it's valid in that if she had not done this, then maybe I would have some empathy for her situation. But you don't take the life of your baby to prevent somebody who's more capable of raising him from taking custody. I mean, she is lucky that her mother was willing to help her out and take on custody of her child. And instead, what does she do? She goes and throws him away like trash, dumping him over a fence into sticker bushes on the side of a highway. How disgusting do you have to be? She should have never had custody of him to begin with. I think that, like, you know, in the environment that we're living in now, it is tragic to take away a child from a parent. I think that is the ultimate heartbreaking and just tragic thing that could happen to a child, for their parent to be such a piece of shit that they have to be removed from their care and their custody. But I don't think it happens enough in this country. And I'm being honest with that. I really do. And I think that, like, yes, the alternative is having them in a system that is just as flawed, if not more. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, at least let's improve the system and really make it to where there's accountability, because what we have now is just a disgrace all around. So she also had a 7-year-old son who apparently Janet's mother had also applied for emergency custody of. I'm not sure, and hasn't been, I don't think, mentioned where he was at the time of all of this taking place. So the documents that were filed for emergency minor guardianship said that family members observed the defendant being physically and verbally aggressive towards her 2 children. When investigators spoke to the 7-year-old after his mother's arrest, he said that Garcia had been hurting him a lot and that she was too aggressive with him, according to court documents. The child alleged his mother choked him and dragged him down the stairs and that his head hurt as a result. He said his head still hurt days later when she allegedly, when she allegedly pulled him out of his bed, causing him to hit his sore head again. Janet Garcia remains in the Snohomish County Jail on a now $3 million bail because the judge thought $5 million was too excessive. Okay, yeah. You know what I think is too excessive? This monster. You know, that's what I think is too excessive. And again, she's pled not guilty, and I have a sinking suspicion that she's going to try to play the insanity card and try to use that as her defense. And I have no patience for it, and I have no time for it, because again, I don't even think it should be on the table at this point. If you do something so heinous and you are hurting both of your children and end up killing one, then, you know, let's just put you up under the jail. Or we can give you the death penalty, whichever one you prefer. I'd actually prefer the death penalty, especially if you're proven beyond reasonable doubt to be guilty of killing a child. We don't need you here anymore on this earth. You can go and be with Satan in hell, because that's what you deserve, really, truly. So now we're going to look at the body cam footage of her being questioned at the rehab facility. And this was after the surveillance video was captured of her abandoning her car at that bar that was about a half mile from this facility. And this was in the process of all of this kind of happening all at once. This was the same day in which her roommate came home to find a blood stain on the floor of the apartment that they were sharing, and alerted authorities, and then were able to track her down to this location here where she had received treatment before. So I don't know how it was found out that she was here, but nevertheless, this was all what had occurred just prior to this body cam footage that we're about to watch right here. And just notice her demeanor as opposed to the demeanor we just saw her display in court. Okay, just it's very, very telling and very chilling to watch.
How you doing? Yeah. You okay? Yeah, sure. Nothing on you? No. Okay.
You guys give us some privacy. Hey, so.
Nothing in your bra. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I just, you can make, you don't need to reach in, I'll just,
Thank you. So do you know why we're here?
Are you okay if I open the zipper?
Why? Why are you guys here?
What's going on today?
Can I open the zipper? Yeah. Just checking it, thank you. I just want to make sure before.
What's going on today with you? And like, sounds like the cops have been talking to you already.
Yeah. So,
You got some blood drops on your shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my son fell this morning earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah, so, but I was able to take him to the doctors and everything was okay. I took him with another lady so she can watch him for me because I wasn't staying at home. I had problems going on with my parents and they didn't let me in the house. So I was staying with another lady. She was super sweet. That's where my son fell. And then, but we left, so I was like, okay, you know. So I went to another lady's house, and I told her if she could watch him for me. I wanted to come get, you know, I wanted to fully recover. I'm an alcoholic, so I was like, if you can watch him for me for 12 months, that'd be amazing because I'm not talking to my mom, and she's the one that has like.
If you can just watch my son for me for 12 months, I'd appreciate it. I'll be back in about 12 months if you can just watch my son. What kind of fucked up reality is this? I mean, I just already am pissed off, and I've seen this before. So, I still can't believe the demeanor of this person, and I don't give a fuck, honestly, how mentally ill she is. I don't care what condition she's got going on. I don't care if she's bipolar, schizophrenic. I don't care if she's, you know, depressed, anxious. I don't give a shit, honestly. At all. Because if that's the case, then yeah, you need to go away forever. Because you are sick and twisted to be able to just sit up here after doing what she did, okay? It's being alleged that she stabbed her son through and through 41 times and then dumped him like trash. And how nobody saw her stop and pull over on the side of the road and dump her son's body is beyond me. But nevertheless, then have, you know, this demeanor, this level of just utter detachment from the situation. And the stories that she tells are just outlandish and wild. The fact that, like, half of what she says here never even happened. Was completely false and made up in her head to try to evade being arrested, which that right there disqualifies her from insanity plea, even though I've already disqualified her, you know, personally, you know, in my mind, if I'm ruling the world, you know, this bitch is going to get thrown in a wood chipper. But I'm just saying, you trying to cover up your tracks and lying to the police about your crime in order to not get in trouble it shows that you have some sort of understanding of what you did was wrong and you're trying to evade being held responsible for it. So, okay, if I'm a cop, I'm immediately putting you in handcuffs. If you say, oh, I just dropped my kid off and asked this girl if she can just watch him for the next 12 months. Like, 12 minutes or 12 months, man? Like, because I'm sorry, who is going to watch your kid for the next 12 months while you just get clean? You know, I just need to go to rehab and just get myself together. So I just asked this girl, you know, can you just watch him for 12 months? Okay, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Just like a notarized paper saying that she has legal custody of them, but I have legal custody of them. She's not letting me see my older son, so
that would be really hard.
Thank God.
I'm a little bit upset about that one. So I'm here now, and everything's okay. So I don't know what else.
Well, we obviously we want to make sure that he's safe and know where he is. Who's the friend that you left him with?
I left him with another lady. I don't have her information.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, well, that's not gonna cut it. We got to figure out where he's at. Where
you don't have
can
no
you
information.
Like tell me the location where somebody could go and check on him and make sure he's okay?
In like SeaTac area.
Okay.
Seattle.
More specific?
I don't have an address.
Nothing.
Oh, hello.
Who's the friend? How do you know the person how did you pick the person?
She's a longtime friend that I know.
Okay, what's her name? Okay, and you've known
her or anything?
Okay, but you've known her for a long time? So how did you reach out to her?
So I reached out to her because I needed help.
How did you reach out to her?
I found her number on my old Facebook, but I no longer.
I pray to God, because I didn't hear it on the body cam footage, but I pray to God that these people have read her Miranda rights, because they're questioning her and she's going to seriously impeach herself during this whole entire process. And I really hope that they've already read her the Miranda rights, because if you look at what happened with Chad Dorman, you know, his whole confession was just thrown out because the cops didn't fully comply with the whole process of his rights. And when he indicated that he would probably want a lawyer, they continued to question him. So you have to be very careful in these situations if you're police officers who are conducting these investigations. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because I'm going to be livid if I find out later that all of this footage is going to be thrown out because they didn't read her rights.
I don't have a Facebook anymore.
Okay.
Girl, she needs her fucking ass kicked.
I delete it all the time. So
Yeah.
Really?
You found it today on your old Facebook? Okay. And she lives in the SeaTac area. So you drove him from the first house you were at to her house, or the doctor first? What doctor did you take him to?
Swedish, and that's it.
Swedish where?
Or I think it's Providence, actually. Providence in Everett.
In Everett? Providence?
Okay. You understand we just need to make sure that he's okay, and then
Yeah.
we can just do that, and then we can leave you be, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So how do we find?
I don't know.
Can you describe to me how you got there from Providence?
So I just drove from there to Seattle, and then that's it.
You drove from Providence to Seattle.
To
house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you drive on the freeway or? Okay. How long did it take you to get there?
Smile.
Like 2 hours.
Bitch, hello?
2 hours. And what car were you driving?
My car. So just like 1 hour or so.
And what kind of car do you have?
1 or 2 hours?
I have a Nissan.
Okay. Where's that car now?
I don't have it with me.
Okay.
So.
Where's it at?
You don't say.
I left it at her house, and then I came over here on the bus.
Okay. You left it at SeaTac?
Fucking lies.
Okay. What? Do you remember what exit you took?
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
hello.
Okay.
So just to clarify, you go from Everett to the hospital in Everett, you get him checked out, you drive to your friend in SeaTac, you leave the car there, you leave him there, and you take a bus from SeaTac down here. Okay. And that all happened today?
Yeah.
So
pretty expensive ticket. You get a C-Tran bus to come down here?
No, actually, it was only
really
like 30 bucks.
to fall for
Oh,
this?
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
People.
What's your first name again?
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Okay, Jeanette. You're not.
Hello?
Lying.
You
girl,
have a
what?
longtime friend that you reach out to leave your son with,
son.
who you obviously care about
Of
very
course,
much.
I love him with all my
Yes,
heart.
and you're
you
expressing
love him with all
how
your
upset
heart,
you
do you?
are about what's.
I don't get why these cops that we have in some areas of the country treat people with the respect as if it's owed to them. This woman has a 4-year-old child who she cannot tell you where he is, who she left him with exactly, the exact location where she left him with. She's running all these circles around you with her stories, and you're still sitting up here having a civilized discussion with her. At that point, the games should be over. They should be over. She should be in the back of a cop car on the way to go to prison, okay? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I get they're like trying to extract information from her, but I feel like it's enough. And they found the car right down the road. It was a half mile down the road from where they're currently at shortly thereafter. And then they found his body by tracking herself. Like, all of this could have been done without sitting up here and like placating this dumb bitch. It really infuriates me. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm in the custody of him and your older son. Like, that's horrible. So I know
it's
that you're not
horrible.
going to go leave your son with
Shut the
somebody
fuck up.
and you don't know where he is.
Yeah. No.
So you do know where he is.
No, I know where he is. I know where he's at.
Tell me where he's at.
I don't have the address for him.
Okay.
Then
how
you
can
don't
find the
know.
address for him?
I don't know.
Did you put it in your phone
No.
to get there? Okay. You took him somewhere and you're going to go back to him and you know where he is. So tell me where he's at so we can make sure that he's okay or what's going on.
So he's not. I mean, he's there. He's with her, but
tell
he's
me
not
how
with
to go check on him.
I can give you an address.
Okay, what's the address?
I don't know. You have to write it down.
Okay, I can do that.
What? And just the demeanor. Like, she brutally murdered her son earlier on this day. And it's just totally nonchalant.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't have a phone number for her, but...
Oh, you don't? How'd you get in touch with her then?
When he fell, where'd he get hurt?
Just on his head, but he fell on the ground and he hurt himself.
Heads are the worst, dude.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find... I don't even...
How old's your son?
He is 5.
He's actually
so
4.
I don't know if this is the right one. And Seattle, Washington. Seattle, Washington.
Where did you get that address from just now?
From the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you remember leaving him.
So, yeah.
So you just made it up.
Yeah.
What a joke. What a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How you spell that?
Last name is... So, and if you guys can't find him or whatever, this is where I'm going to be for the next 12 months.
Girl, what?
But I mean, he's there.
How did you guys discuss that you're obviously gonna communicate with him still, you want to check on him
right,
and all that? How are you guys gonna communicate?
Well, I'm not gonna have my I'm not gonna use my phone because I'm gonna be here for the next 12 months.
Okay.
So if anything, I don't know what else.
Okay.
That's it.
You didn't discuss that with before you left?
Yes, I discussed it with her. I'm gonna be here for 12 months, and then but before that, like, I don't speak to my parents or anything like that because we got into an altercation. So, but this is where I'm gonna be.
Okay. You can gonna give him that address.
Yeah.
So just like,
then,
you know, if you can't find my son, my 4-year-old son, if you guys aren't able to locate him, then, you know, I'll be over here. You know, just let me know. Let me know what you guys find. Whatever. I'm good either way.
Tell me about your alcoholism. How long have you been dealing with that?
I've been drinking alcohol.
Or if you don't mind telling me, you don't have
it's
to tell me.
okay.
It's not
I've been
my
here.
business,
This is like my third. Okay, I've been here like this is like my third year here.
Okay.
So I did 11 months in recovery because I was never like an alcoholic. I was more like of a drug user. So the only drug I ever used was meth.
Yeah.
And I used it for roughly like 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
I came to finally get clean on and off, right? I tried it one time and then years passed and then I do it again and then years passed.
Sure.
So I'm here now. I did a full year of recovery, 11 months. And then I did my second year, like coming back and like, you know, doing the group and stuff like that. So 2 years. This is my third year clean. I started drinking a lot because I was like, okay, I'm not a drinker. I'm like, I was, you know, I was a drug user.
Drugs, so alcohol's okay.
So alcohol's fine. I'm like, it's a socialized thing that everybody does. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have dinner, I'm going to do this. Well, I drink to the point where I can drink a whole bottle of just like liquor. So I'm like, now I'm an alcoholic.
Gotcha.
So I started to have all kinds of problems, and then now I'm back here hoping I can get clean again. It just depends.
Well, I'm glad you're in a space where you feel safe, that you feel like that can work for you. I hope it does.
You'll never be clean.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good. Well, I just want
to go to jail.
Figure out where your son is. Obviously, there was some concerns, and once we can do that, his injury was pretty bad. Yeah, was there quite a bit of blood and stuff? What did he do?
He jumped from the bed that we were sleeping on to the ground, and then he just got blood on his head, and so I had him taken to the doctor, and so he's doing good.
Okay.
Is he doing good?
What did he hit it on?
Just on the ground.
Knowing full well that she murdered him brutally, stabbed him 41 times, he's doing well. Demonic. I mean, this is the level of delusion and just disenfranchisement and just detachment from a mother to her 4-year-old baby son, you know, or infant son, whatever you want to say, that is just unimaginable.
How did it start bleeding?
It's just started bleeding.
Can you show me like what side of his head? Do you remember what side of his head it was?
I don't remember exactly what side of the head it was.
You don't really know much of anything. You useless bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so you don't... what time did it occur today?
Like early, like at 10, 11.
10 or 11? Okay. Do you know what time it is now?
It's already 6:30, or about to be 7.
So how long were you guys at the hospital?
We were only there for a little bit. I don't even think he got checked. We got there and but I didn't wait enough for him to get checked out. So
he didn't actually go back and get checked. Gotcha. Did you actually go inside and check him in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then did you tell him you were leaving, or did you did? Okay, you just said he's not going to be seen and left?
Yeah.
Okay, and how is he acting?
He's okay.
Yeah.
What happened to him when he fell?
Nothing. He just cried.
Just cried?
Mm-hmm.
Just
like, just like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to sit down? I can leave the door open. You can sit right there so you're out of the rain.
when he fell down, what do you think he needed to go to the hospital?
Because he was bleeding from his head, so that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
That's a legit reason.
And you can stay dry.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's scary. He's 4? Okay. Did he vomit or anything? No. Okay.
He didn't vomit or anything.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Well, hang tight for just a minute. Well, hopefully we can quickly locate him and move on. You said it took you 2 hours to get from Providence to your friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you left for there about 10 this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how long you were at the hospital for?
I was only there for a little bit of time. Again, I didn't want to wait, so I was like, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Can you describe to me what that Providence looks like? Do you know what road it's on, or what is, did you park in the emergency room parking lot, or?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Or was there a parking garage or anything?
I don't remember at the top of my head.
Okay. Do you remember when you walked in?
Why don't you
can you
invent it like
describe
you did
to
the
me when you
address?
walked in what it looked like?
Just the hospital. Just the hospital.
Okay. But can you describe, like, when you walk in the door, where was the check-in?
In the front, I walked in, as soon as I walked in, the front desk was checked in right there, and I said my son had to be seen for something, and then his name and everything.
Okay.
And that's
You're going like this, so you wrote it down, or was there like a check-in thing? Or?
There was a check, alright, but I think they checked me in. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't write anything on there? Okay. Have you been there before?
No.
No, that was your first time?
That was my first time.
When you checked into the desk, was it just an open desk, or
just an open
was
desk.
it behind a wall, did they have like a glass wall, or?
Just an open desk.
Okay. Was there a lot of people in there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why you didn't want to wait, because it was too long. Do you think he needed stitches or anything?
No, he's fine.
Okay, you didn't remember where his injury
God
was?
forbid you wait a few hours for
Is
your
it
injured
front,
son.
side, back? Do you remember?
It's the side. It was the side.
Definitely one of the sides that you recall?
The front, yeah.
Okay. Front. You're kind of pointing above the eyebrow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and then you contacted your friend through Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I got her information through Facebook.
Oh, okay. And then what information did you get?
Just her number, and then I went to her house and dropped off my kid there, and then now I'm here.
Okay. You got like her phone number?
So you do have her phone number.
Okay. And did you call her from your phone?
From my phone.
Okay, the one that's in your purse there, you called her from? Okay.
I think I erased it though.
Oh, that's convenient.
I have her number.
Just like everything else you erased, right?
I don't know if you guys want to call her, but I don't think she's gonna answer anymore.
I don't know if you guys want to
call
her. What a weird bitch, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's
her number.
Her number.
And why would you erase it?
Uh-huh. I don't.
Why would you erase the phone number of the person that you asked to watch your son for 12 months? I mean, don't you think that might come in handy later? Or I mean, just are you completely detached from all reality? And she's obviously a fucking nut, okay? She's a lunatic. She's crazy as all get out. And I could, again, care less. I don't give a shit. I don't think she should be shown any leniency for that. And that's just what it is. But just the way that we're still entertaining this whole entire conversation is the reason why I could never be a police officer, and also because I'm a woman, and I think that should not even be allowed. But yeah, I guess they're doing this to try to get information from her, or to try to get her to later on down the road get her caught in a lie, which okay, I get it, but it can never be me, because I don't have the patience for it right now.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna answer.
Oh, you don't think so?
How
Probably
come?
'cause she's
What
made
makes
up,
you think
right?
that?
Because I don't know if she's still gonna be there.
Probably because your whole entire life is a lie.
Did you send her any text messages?
Why don't you just take her phone?
No.
Okay.
Let's take her phone, because what are we doing here? What are we doing? Is this not evidence? I mean, what is going on? Why does she still have her purse? Why does she still have her phone? Let's go ahead and take these things from her. Hello. She could be deleting everything at this point. What are we doing?
Hey, Jen, you guys have state insurance? Is that how you go through when you go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Unreal. I mean, is she deleting things? What's going on?
Do you remember what your son was wearing today when you took him to the hospital?
Pajamas, blue pajamas.
Pooh? Like Winnie the Pooh?
Funny?
Just regular blue pajamas.
Oh, blue.
I don't know what you're smiling about. I mean, how do you do this? How do you do this?
So I just pass that information on. They'll see if they can get a hold of her, check that out.
She gave maybe a phone number too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them.
I mean, I've seen cops take people's phones on a traffic stop in order to, like, not get them to call anyone else to the scene, or, in order to complete their investigation into minor infractions. This woman is, like, being investigated for the disappearance of her son, and y'all are sitting here watching her play on her phone. Could be deleting evidence, pictures, whatever. They're not even really monitoring her. I mean, it just blows me away.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing?
Can I ask who you're messaging with?
Yeah, my sister. I was just talking to her about her flying out here.
Oh, nice. Where does she live?
California.
Oh, okay.
What part?
In Pasadena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to move over there.
It's nice and sunny down there right now.
Yeah.
This lifetime's
Really
psycho.
good.
So that's pretty much where it ends. They don't show the rest of the footage. I don't know why this portion was released and not the whole thing, or the rest of it, like her actual arrest. But regardless, you can see her demeanor. You can see that she's obviously a disturbed person who is a compulsive liar and a psycho. But again, I have no sympathy for any of that. I have nothing but disdain and pure rage for this woman, because how do you even do that and then have such a calm and seemingly unremarkable demeanor and attitude about being questioned about your son, who you know that you've just murdered in a heinous and gruesome way. It is next level evil. So have you guys heard about this story? This is one I'll definitely be following, and hopefully we'll be getting more details and more information about this. And who knows, it seems if she's pleading not guilty, that they're going to try to take this trial in order to get some sort of insanity plea. And if that's the case, then she will face the full weight of the justice system, and hopefully they'll give her, I don't know, Washington I don't think has the death penalty, but again, maybe she'll get prison justice. We can only hope. But what do you guys think? This was a truly horrifying and enraging story that came out, and I just cannot believe the failures of, once again, a system that is so broken. And the people in this country, you know, some of them, obviously not everybody, but like some of the people who are out here raising children in this country that are so disturbed and so incompetent and just beyond the levels of what is capable as being a parent, are out here doing to those children. It's almost too much to bear. You know, it really is. And so we have to do better as a society and as a whole, in general, as a human race, because this type of thing is truly disgusting and heinous. But please subscribe to the channel, guys, if you want to see more like this. Like this video if you guys liked it, and, you know, let me know in the comments what you thought about this horrifying case. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to see justice for that sweet little boy, Ariel Garcia. And until next time, guys, I will see y'all later. Bye. This woman was in prison for 50 years, okay? The nerve of him to ask her, the last known person to be seen with his son, did you kill my son? The pretenses behind her attempting to clean any part of this crime scene. She had been accused of killing her husband by way of poisoning him.
Yeah, after that I get out, I walk home.
That confession was a joke. I mean, he could have said anything. He could have said anything, and there would have been no proof. Every time we see something like this, where it's like, there's no care or like regard, why would you cover for this man and allow him to leave the scene of the crime and act like he was never there?